So on learning target 15, we are just solving triangles like we've been doing. Except we have to determine how many solutions there are before we can actually do that. So for the first one and the second one, the first step would be to use the table to figure out how many solutions, and then we'll go from there. So on the first one, our angle is 112 degrees. So using the table, that means I'm in case 2. If I'm in case 2, then I need to look at the sides, and A is greater than B. So that means there's one solution. So now I'm actually going to solve the triangle, but solving the triangle is just like learning target 12. You're going to use law of sines and solve the triangle. Like there's nothing else to that, okay? So I'll go through and do it, but I'm going to go through it pretty quickly because we've already done it. Learning target 12, we've been there and done that, okay? So I have to set up the law of sines to solve for angle B. I'm going to cross multiply. And I'm going to get sine B by itself. So make sure your calculator is in degree mode. I'm going to keep saying it so that you don't mess this up. We will change to radian mode in unit 2. If you need to upgrade, I can do it now. I will show you how you need to know if you need to upgrade after this. No. Well, you could do it that way, but no. All right. Now, this is not angle B. That's just the sine of angle B. So how do I figure out angle B? Arc sine. Use the inverse. So inverse sine of that is 44.1 degrees. Right? Yeah. So now I know angle A, and I know angle B, and I can find angle C because it's triangle. So angle C is 180 degrees minus the other two angles. That's 23.9 degrees. So now I have all the angles, right? And so then you could find the other missing side. I'm just going to set it up and then give you the answer because I'm pretty sure you guys could figure it all out, correct? So we would have 4 over the sine of 112 equals side C over the sine of 23.9. And then you would cross multiply, yada, 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 and you get 1.7 units. So if there's one solution, you just do law of sines like you did before. No big deal. It would be even more awesome if you came up with one and said no solution, because then you don't do anything, right? The entire homework is not no solution. Sorry for you. Higher supply makes them all no solution just so they don't have to do it. Okay. Any questions about this first example? Any at all? Because it's just learning target 12. Yeah. I did the inverse. This is just learning target 12. I did nothing new. I just figured out how many solutions there were and just did it. Okay. All right. Can I erase all that? Everyone clear about what's happening here? All right. On this other one, our angle is 51 degrees. So that means we're in case 1. We get, sorry. We can change side C to side B for the time being to use our table. So A is less than B, so I know I have to have one of these 3 things on the top of the table, right? Yes. And so then I need to compare A to B times the sine of angle A. So how does 40 compare to 50 times the sine of 51? Well, 50 times the sine of 51 degrees is 38.8. So A is greater than, and that means there are two solutions. Oh man. Oh man. All right, does everyone see how I got two solutions? Yes? Just use the table. Okay, so to start this, we have to use the law of sines somehow. There's only one thing I can do right now. Like there's only one possibility of what I can find. I have angle A and side A and side C. So the only thing I can use the law of sines for is to find angle C. Do you agree?
Yes.
Then that's what we're going to do. Okay? So we're going to start this out just by using the law of sines to find angle C. So we've got 40 over the sine of 51 degrees equals C over the sine of angle C. For the table, I changed that to B, but now that we are just doing the problem, we want to go back and change it to the right letter. That's a good question. It would still work out the same, just all your letters would be different than mine. Okay, so if we do this, we cross multiply. So sine of angle C equals 0.971. And I want to know what actual angle C is. So we use the inverse. Right, 76.3 degrees. That again was nothing new. I found angle C, right? So here's where the new part comes. I'm going to go back to that table from the other day. If you look at the table, there's two solutions. There's an angle here and there's an angle here. Okay? And a triangle. One is acute and one is obtuse. Right? They end up being supplementary to each other. Supplementary meaning they add up to 180 degrees. Right? So, in this problem, everything that's given to us is the same for both of the triangles. Okay? But after that, there's going to be two separate sets of information that we come up with. There's going to be two angle C's and two angle B's and two side B's because we have two separate triangles. All right? So this is angle C for triangle 1. Okay? I want to go ahead and find angle C for triangle 2. Like I said, they end up being supplementary to each other. So all I'm going to do for triangle 2 is take 180 degrees and subtract 76.3. And so angle C for triangle 2 is 103.7 degrees. Okay, again, back in that picture, one triangle has an obtuse angle, one triangle has an acute angle. That's the same letter, right? So they end up being supplementary, so we subtract 180 to find that other one. So here we have an angle C that's acute and an angle C that's obtuse. Now once that part's done, it's not that bad because now we're going to find all the missing pieces for triangle 1 using the information we have. And then we're going to find all the missing pieces of triangle 2 using the information we have. All right, so that's the only real step that's different. We had to find the two angles. Okay? The next thing I can do, I know that angle A is 51 degrees for both of these. I know angle C for both of these, so I can find angle B for both of these, right? So angle B for triangle 1, there's 180 degrees in the triangle. Angle A was 51 degrees, and angle C was 76.3 degrees. That's 52.7 degrees. And so for triangle 1, all we're missing is side B, right? We have side A and side C that were given to us. We have angle A, angle B, and angle C figured out, so we're just missing side B. So we just use the law of sines to find side B. So 40 over the sine of 51 degrees equals B over the sine of 52.7 degrees. Do we need to cross multiply on all that, or can I just tell you what B is? That sounds, yeah, that sounds right. So those are the three missing pieces for triangle 1. Everyone's still following me? Questions? Have I lost people? I found out there was 2 solutions, right? Everyone was good through that point, right? I used the law of sines to find angle C. Everyone was good with that. Since we knew there was 2 solutions, there had to be another angle supplementary to that angle C that was the angle in the other triangle. So I subtracted from 180 to get that. And that's all I've done. I've gone back just to triangle 1 and found all the missing pieces, like we did in Learning Target 12. I haven't done anything else new. Angle A was given to us, 51 degrees. We have 2. All the stuff that was given to us still applies to that second triangle. So I still know that A is 51 degrees. And now I know C is 103.7. So I can do the same steps I did on the first triangle. So in the second triangle, I'm going to do the same order of things I did before. I'm going to find angle B first, and then find side B. So again, everything that was given to you in the original problem up here still applies. So you have 180 degrees minus 51 degrees minus 103.7 degrees. So B is 25.3 degrees. And so then I need to use the law of sines to find the missing side B for this triangle. And side B ends up, after you cross multiply and do all that, ends up being 21.99, so we'll call it 22. So that's your 2 solutions. You have 2 separate triangles based off the same information.